Well, you know, as I've mentioned all along, we're looking at every possible avenue. Everything at this point points to there not being, you know, violence involved in her missing. Nothing suspicious has come forward. Everything points to her leaving the residence voluntarily at this point. But we continue to look at every possible avenue.
Given the number of eyes that are out looking for Carrie right now, and I know that when I saw a black Jeep Liberty driving into work this morning, the first thing I did was look at the plates. But a lot of people are keeping their eyes open for her. Given that we haven't found her yet or found the Jeep Liberty in this 2 days, 3 days, what would you say the odds are that she's still in Dane County?
Well, I think that it continues to be a possibility. Law enforcement continues to look for that vehicle. You know, like yourself, I chased down a black vehicle yesterday with a bike rack on the back that turned out to be a Ford Escape. The chief deputy chased down a car that happened to be a Jeep Liberty yesterday. And as I was pulling into work yesterday morning, I looked into our surface lot on Wilson Street, and there sat a black Jeep Liberty. It wasn't hers, it was one of our employees. But that's how much this is in the forefront of people's minds. That every time we see a small size black SUV, particularly with a bike rack on it, the first thing that comes to mind is this investigation. And we continue to need your help. You know, we appreciate this being in the forefront of your minds. We haven't ruled out that Carrie's still in Dane County. That's why we continue to check parking areas, parking ramps, hotels, any area where she may possibly be spending some time alone.
Do you fear she may hurt herself?
Well, that's a possibility as well, and we're concerned about that. That's why we continue to look for her and look for the vehicle. As I've mentioned in previous meetings with the media, there's nothing that indicates. No information has come forward from friends, family, associates that she was suffering from depression or anything of that matter.
When was the debt on the jet ski home cleared up or settled?
Just prior to her leaving. A check was mailed to the finance company, and we just spoke within the past hour with the finance company who had the check, and their position was it was satisfied short of some penalty fees, and they considered this foreclosure at end.
Now, can you tell us how much that check was for, how much the debt on the house was?
It was over $6,000.
Now, when you spoke with the husband right away on Tuesday, you said that he had mentioned the issue of the foreclosure himself. Had he been aware that the debt had been settled on the home?
He was aware that a check had been mailed, yes.
Okay.
He explained that she was getting severance from her employer, was she?
I don't know. I correct that. We are aware from talking to Sound Billing that she received a payment upon her severance of employment.
Who signed the check? Was it Scott or was it Carrie?
I believe it was Carrie, because everything indicates that Carrie's in charge of the finances in that family, as same as it is in mine.
What's the name?
I respond to the boss.
What's the name of the company that was handling the foreclosure?
I don't know. As I sit here right now, I don't know.
Where are the billboards located, and how many are they?
Adams Billboard has one by just off Rimrock Road as you're headed west, and I believe they have one eastbound as well. And it's an interchanging message on that billboard.
Are you having a lot of people calling in saying they're seeing this Jeep Liberty? Jeep Liberty?
We have been getting calls. Yeah, the tip line has been lighting up, and we've been returning calls to those people who have reported either seeing the license plate or seeing the vehicle itself. And that's a good indicator of the job you're doing to help us and to help the Jeske family in bringing her home. You know, as important as I point out that 20,000 eyes are part of this investigation, quite honestly, each of you are part of this team as well. Because in this case, first and foremost, is getting Carrie home safe to her kids.
Do you think that, you know, if she is hearing or seeing and, you know, did take off out of fear about police are closing in, speculation if she was anywhere involved with the missing money, what would you say? It's not that bad? I mean, are the charges that bad that you need to run off, or?
Well, you know, that's all perspective. In the eyes of somebody who may be caught in a desperate situation, it may seem just that, desperate. In the eyes of a 31-year career police officer and lengthy detective, it isn't something that can't be worked on.
How long have the debt on the home been outstanding?
I don't know.
This question may kind of come out of nowhere for everyone here, but there's Facebook sites set up, Find Carrie Jeske. Do you guys monitor those? How much do those help you in tips?
Every means by which the message gets out helps us to find Carrie. And if it's Facebook, if it's MySpace, if it's advertisements, every bit of that helps. What I hope does not come out of this press conference is people to make an assumption that Carrie left because of an investigation in Middleton. That may be, but we haven't ruled out the possibility that it could have been foul play. Nothing points to that currently. What we don't want people to do is assume that because there's an investigation ongoing in Middleton, that they should relax in trying to find this vehicle and relax in trying to bring Carrie home safely. In all my career, I can't emphasize enough how important it is that every one of us work to try to bring Carrie home to her family. Her husband, her parents, her children are worried to death. And everything else can be worked through. Carrie needs to come home safe.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Thank you.